Hi boys and girls, Mr. McMaster here. And today I'm here to help you answer a very important question all about maths. Why do we use maths? Why do we learn about it every day in school? Now you may have asked yourself this question. Well, today I'm going to answer that. Miss Blackie has been round the local community asking people in their everyday jobs how they use maths. Now please, sit back, listen carefully, and you might just realise and understand how important maths is.
Hi kids, how you doing? I'm Farmer William, and what I'm going to tell you today is why maths is important. Even in everyday life, in the smallest things we do, we always use maths. And one of the things I use maths in is I'm going to be dosing. I've got 20 sheep and I need to dose them, so I need to find out what these sheep weigh. So it's quite a bit of bother to go to put every sheep through the scales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the average weight of the sheep. So every 5 sheep I'll pull one out and I'll put it through the scales. So imagine I've done that. And this is the weights of the sheep here. I've got one at 75, one at 80, another one at 75 and one at 70. Now what I would do is I would add all these up, which will give me 300. And then I would divide the 300 by the number of sheep I weighed, which would give me 75 kilos. Now that's the average weight of my sheep, roughly. So what I would then do, I would then look at the gauge on the back of my dose. Now this is a dose for flute, which is a little parasite that goes in through their mouth and into the liver. It's very nasty. So what I would do, I would look at my gauge here, and it says 60 to 80 kilos, 15 millilitres. And that's what I would give them. And this is how I give them the 15 mil of dosing stuff. You'll see this is my dosing gun. And this is a little adjuster screw here. And what you do is, move the plunger to the 15. And then you set it with a little screw there. And once that's set, that's it. I can just keep using the gun all day and that will give me 15 millilitres delivered to each sheep.
Hello, my name's Juan and I work in a print company. I use maths every day. One of the things we do is printing posters, and sometimes I need to change the size of them. So here's the size that it is just now, and I need to work out how much bigger to make it when I print it out. And after the poster's printed, I need to carefully measure it to make sure it's the right size.
Hi boys and girls. When I'm not a teacher, I'm a farmer with Farmer William, and today I have used my information handling skill of maths to detect that it's going to rain tonight. We looked at the weather forecast every day as farmers, and today it is forecast that tonight we're going to have a huge amount of rainfall. At the moment the sheep are down in the field beside the river, and just in case it was to come up and over and the sheep were in any danger, we're going to move them now to the top of the hill. Let's go. As you can see, the black clouds are beginning to form in the sky, but don't worry, Farmer William's on his quad bike herding up the sheep to move them. What a hero. There's the hill we're moving them to. Much safer. And here they come, on their way to safety. Good job. It's lucky that we were able to interpret the data given to us by the weather forecast and use it in a practical application on the farm. Brilliant.
Hi guys, my name's Nicola and I'm an animal scientist, and I use maths a lot in my job. So some of the things that I look at is how we can test what animals like. So I have done experiments where we've tried to find out if piglets like Ribena, or they prefer garlic, and lots of different things like that. So how we do it is we measure how the animals grow. we measure how much food they eat, and we measure lots of different things like that. And then what we have to do is take the average and also how variable the data is. And then from that, we can work out whether there is a difference between the different things we've done with the animals. And that's how I use maths in my job.
Hi everybody, my name's Matt and I'm a journalist. That means that I write the stories that appear in newspapers and magazines. I use maths quite a lot in my job because one thing you might not know is that every story in a newspaper or a magazine has to be exactly the right number of words. So if you can see this story here, for example, well, this is one I wrote and that has to be exactly 180 words long. Or this one is another one I wrote and that has to be exactly 350 words long. So when I write stories, I have to count up the number of words I've used and work out exactly how many more I need to add or how many I need to take away.
Hi, I'm Farmer Neal, and today I'm going to show you how we use maths in farming every day. Today I'm going to use direction, speed and time. So I'll just show you my dog doing this. $193.
Hi, my name's Felicity and I use maths in my job to work out how well my company is doing in comparison to other companies doing the same thing. So we can work out if we're doing better or worse than our competitors. And so I use maths to work out percentages of how much we're selling compared to how much our competitors are selling. And from that, we can work out how well we're doing.
Hi, my name is Lynn and I'm a nurse. You might not think nurses use maths, but we use it every day to work out how much medication to give people. Sometimes we have to give people tablets and sometimes we have to give them liquid medicine to make them feel better. Here are some examples. Tablets come in different doses. Can you find different ways to make 100 milligrams? Sometimes use liquid medicine too. So if 1 millilitre equals 1 milligram and 1 spoon holds 5 millilitres, how many spoonfuls would make 30 milligrams?
Hi there, my name's Erin and I'm one of the youth workers at Z1. So we have lots of goodies behind the bar and our staff like to treat themselves to some cans of juice, bars of chocolate and some crisps. I like to keep a tally of what everybody has over the month and then we add it up and see what we all owe. So we'll look at mine. I've got a tally mark for 1 packet of crisps, so that will be 30 pence. I've got 2 tally marks for chocolate, which are 50 pence each, so that's 2 times 50 pence is £1. I've got 3 tally marks for a can of juice, which is 40 pence each, so that's 3 times 40 is £1.20. I've got 1 tally mark at a slush, and that is 50 pence. So if I'm adding that all together, my 30 pence plus £1 is £1.30, plus £1.20 will be £2.50, and my slush at 50 pence means that at the end of this week I owe £3. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Heather and I run the till workshops for the young people who work and volunteer behind our bar. This is what we do at the start of the night and this is how we use the maths. So we've got £5, we've got a £5 note, we count our tens, we've got 19 there, 8.50 there and 50p coins, £1.80 there, no tens, and we've got 35 there, 10, 20, 30, 35 there. So now I just have to add it all up. £2, £3, £35, and that's what we should have in the till at the start of the night every time we're on.
Oh, hi, my name's Jen. I'm the cook at Dolphin House. I use maths in my work because if I didn't, the cakes wouldn't turn out right or the recipes wouldn't taste proper.
Hi, my name is Gail. I'm one of the managers here at Z1 and I deal with all of the money that comes through for the entire business. So I check the bank account every day to make sure our direct debit and bills are paid. I collect in all of the money from our donations from Music on the Prom, from our bar and from our thrift shop, and I count them and pay them into the bank. And the most important thing I do is I pay all the staff wages. So every month I need to tally up all of the hours that the staff have done and through which project they work under, because it could be different rates of pay for each hour that they get paid. I then have to send them off to our accountant, who sends me back an email and tells me how much to the penny each staff member needs to get paid, and I pay that into their bank using online banking.
Hi children, my name is Andy. I work as a roofer. We use maths on a daily basis to calculate and work out exactly how many slates we require. As you can see, there is numerous amounts of slates here, so we need to be able to work out exactly how many we need for each working day and how many we need for each project we are carrying out. Have a great day. Thanks.
Hello boys and girls at Girvan Primary School. My name's Jane. I'm an emergency nurse practitioner and I work in accident and emergency. I'm doing a wee video today to let you see all the different ways we use maths within my role. When you come to hospital, if you're unwell, sometimes you will get some observations taken. This could be your heart rate, your blood pressure, your oxygen levels and your temperature. We record all these very important numbers on our chart, which we keep an eye on throughout your stay, and it lets us see if anything changes in your condition. Sometimes in hospital we're required to give you some medication. To ensure we do this safely, we do different calculations based on your age and your weight. We also then use different measuring devices to ensure that this is accurate. Sometimes you need intravenous fluids, which is a drip here, and we use different calculations to ensure that we are giving this accurately as well. We can count the drops and then divide it by the volume given to ensure that it's given over the correct time.
Good morning everyone, my name's Neal. I work as an outdoor instructor at Dolphin House. Maths is super important, and when we do orienteering, the distance and time is really important, and the scale on maps. So the likes of orienteering maps like these ones, different scales, but also different scales for hill walking. So if you go into the Galloway Hills, sorry for the train, we use different maps that zoom in and you get more detail. So really important for navigating. Maps and maths, super important. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Catherine and I'm going to talk to you about running and how maths is important in running, and indeed whatever sport you do, I think you'll find maths comes into it. So as a runner, I want to know how long it takes me to run each kilometre. So the distance I've covered, how long it's taken me to do that, and then the minutes per kilometre. And then the next time I do the same run, I can compare how many minutes per kilometre I was doing and see if I'm getting better or maybe getting worse if I've had a bad day. And the other thing that makes a difference, that's kind of mathematical, is the number of metres of ascent or descent, which can make you go faster or slower. It's great running down a hill, isn't it? The other thing you can do as a runner, well, there's lots of other ways maths comes into it, but another one that I use is something called the waiver. If you do park run down in Girvan, you get your result and you also get something called your waiver, which is how you compare with another athlete your age, who is the best athlete of your age. So if you've got about 50% of your waiver, that means you're about half as good as the best athlete your age, which actually isn't all that bad. Okay, thanks very much.
Hi boys and girls, it's George McNair's mum here. My job is to make clothes, blankets, accessories to hang up in your home, things like that, by knitting or crocheting or sewing, stitching. And I have to use maths in my job because everything that I make, I'm following a pattern, whether I've made it up or someone else has made it up. But sometimes the patterns need to be adjusted. At the minute, I'm making a jumper. I don't know if you can see that. Now, the jumper is actually for me for a change. I don't often make things for myself, but there you go. But because I'm very small, the pattern makes the jumper far too long for me, so I'm having to use maths to adjust it. So I hope this is okay. Enjoy your maths, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.
I'm Rachel. I am an aircraft mechanic for Ryanair. I use maths every minute of every day in my job. From as simple as counting how many screws I've taken out so I can put the right number back in, to mixing the paints in the right quantities, to even things like calculating measurements for aircraft parts and, you know, calculating how far apart things should be. It is an incredible job, and without maths I couldn't do it.
Hi, my name's Anne and I work in an accountant's office, which means that we use maths every single day, and I'll show you what we do. This is my desk. Lots of sheets of paper, lots of figures everywhere. And what we do is the clients give us all these invoices and we have to take all the numbers in them and add them up with our calculator and put them into the computer, which then it cheats and it does a wee bit of adding and taking away for us. And then once we've put it in there, we get printouts like this and we have to add up all these figures, take some of them away, and then once we've done that, we need to use dividing as well, because you need to work out what the VAT is, which gives us this set of figures. Maths is really important. You couldn't do this job at all without it.
Hi everybody, this is how I use maths in my place of work. Today we're going to be building a wall. Now I know that that wall is going to be 1 metre high and 10 metres long. So really simple sums to work out the area of this wall would be 1 metre high times 10 metres long. And that would give me 10 square metres. Now I know that there are 60 bricks in every square metre. So we'll have 60 bricks times 10 equals 600. So I know that I'm going to need 600 bricks to build this wall. I'd better get busy.
In the shop, which is the shop and cafe, is weigh fruit and veg. So from our price list, we look at how much everything costs, so we put in the amount. This is how much it costs per kilogram, this is how many kilograms it is, and this is how much it costs.
Hi,
Leanne, welcome to my little laboratory. So what I do for a job is I make recipes for new drinks. And what I do when I start looking at a new recipe is I make a small amount. So I make something like this. So this little bottle is 100 millilitres. And I'll make lots of these with different amounts of different ingredients in until we can find the perfect recipe. Once we find the perfect recipe, we use maths to be able to scale it up, to make it bigger. So when we've decided that this is the one that we really like, I'll make up a bigger amount, which is for testing. So I'll make up something like this. This is a 5 litre flask. So a 5 litre flask is the same as 5,000 millilitres. This is 100 millilitres. So I know that there are 50 of these in here. So if I want to make up this amount, I multiply the ingredients that are in here by 50 to get this. After that, once we've done our testing and everything, if we decide that that recipe we really like and we really want to sell it as a product, we then have to multiply it up even bigger. So for products like this, what we make at the moment is 24,000 litres. So that's a really big amount. So I use maths to be able to multiply the amount of ingredients in here to get 24,000 litres. So we use maths as well in that when I make a small bottle like this, I use grams and millilitres. But when we make big volumes, we use litres and kilograms. And the other thing that I have to do with maths is that I have to work out the cost of a recipe. So I have to work out the cost of the ingredients in this bottle, the cost of the ingredients in this flask, and the cost of the ingredients in a 24,000 litre batch. So there can be some very big numbers involved. I hope you found that interesting. Enjoy the rest of your lesson.